1. You are not always the most important person in anyone's life. If they find someone better than you will be replaced. 2. We don't like to admit that we are afraid. Fear is often branded as weakness. People talk themselves out of fear and try to put on a front of bravado. Fear does not mean defeat. It is a healthy reaction when there is a threat. But people feel ashamed of their fear until some learn to understand what fear is about. If we give in to our fear, we limit our experience. But if we deny our fear, we can endanger ourselves and others. 3. Money can't buy happiness. Is it really? Actually, it's money that plays an important role in our happiness. Take an example of this lockdown. The rich are enjoying somewhere around, it's a kind of vacation for them, whereas the poor migrants and daily wage workers are suffering and are in need of help. 4. Real love is rare in today's world. If you found it, hold it tight. 5. Innocent people are looted and taken advantage of. So don't be kind and generous. 6. Best friends forever. Is that so? In your critical situation, all that comes to help is your family. 7. Committing the same mistakes again and again and not learning from them. Learn and take experience from it and try to move on. 8. People don't accept their mistakes or faults. They try to point out others' mistakes and faults. 9. Any relationship that exists based upon loyalty, trust, happiness, love. If you are not having your inner peace in it, it's better to come out of it. 10. Love and respect yourself. If you won't, then no one will. 11. We don't like to admit we are vulnerable, and we can be hurt. We would rather think we are invincible. This goes back to fear, but it is about pain and trust. When people hurt us, we feel like fools. We can't believe we were so stupid. How did we miss the obvious signs, even if there were few? It also goes back to admitting we were wrong in some cases. However, it is actually a sign of strength that we can get hurt because we are still part of the emotional world that feels. Granted, that is small comfort when undergoing the humiliation of a relationship that tricked you, or even people talking trash about you on the internet. We need to protect our vulnerability in ways that we can still let people into our lives. A hard one when one sees humans as a threat to happiness. 12. If you can't think good about others, then don't think bad about others. 13. Come out of your picture-perfect moment, insta-stories, and live the moment. 14. Always do what makes you happy and calms your inner and mental peace. 15. We don't like to admit we are lonely. Some people live alone with few connections and wonder what they did wrong to end up that way. Others are married and surrounded by people, but feel totally alone. Some live in college dorms where there are a lot of lonely people who try to mask it by hanging out in packs. It takes a lot to say, I am lonely and I want to change that. It means evaluating how you relate to people. You think about your conversations. Are they full of happy small talk that says almost nothing about how you feel? Do you engage in gossip to the exclusion of other conversations that are raw and show that you want authentic connection? Are you hiding away from people or hiding in plain sight while people stand around you? Eventually, people have to come to terms with the difference between healthy solitude and alienation, along with taking some time away from the crowd to feeling like no one cares. This may be the hardest one of all. 16. Love is not enough to lead a happy life. 17. Everyone needs to lie to stay happy, or at least it helps them think that way. 18. Money is the king of all needs and the prince of all deeds. 19. Dowry, in some way or the other, is still a norm. 20. Showing off is the biggest asset today. 21. Honesty, goodness, and love have lost their meaning. 22. If you are too kind, you will be exploited for sure. 23. Friends and family have got your back. Well, you think so. Always prepare a plan B at everything if you rely on them. 24. Help means money and favors that need to be returned sooner or later. 25. Parents will not always support you. They will sometimes be the first ones to point out mistakes at you. 26. Education system is chaos. You are trapped at every end. Forget open minds. 27. Society is everything. Schools, colleges, homes have taught this for years, and we are sure to continue this. Why? Because we are social animals, and society is the hub for social animals. 28. No one is really happy anymore. 29. Everyone is depressed at a certain age. We, in our teens and early 20s, are the most affected ones. And trust us, we are not doing this deliberately. 30. No one can teach you life. You can only learn from your own experiences. 31. Expectations have kept us alive. That is why we are social animals. 32. Hard work is nothing without smart work. Smart work is always greater than hard work. 33. Everyone wants and likes attention, and we can easily change groups for that. 34. Being permanent is myth. Even memories are not permanent. 35. We don't like to admit we are wrong. It takes practice. Some people can never admit they are wrong. Others have learned that it doesn't really matter to admit error, particularly if it means saving a relationship.